TV, bringing you the latest video on the club we all love, Valencia. Be sure to subscribe for the latest match recaps as well as news from this season's exciting conclusion. I think today is one of those games where you pick up a draw and it feels like a loss. Such a mix of emotions today, right? I think from all of us. I think we started off kind of a little bit upset by the way it started with the opening goal going to DeMarcos, and then we fought back so valiantly to get the 2-1 lead, and then in the 98th minute we blow the game or blow the 3 points off. Really, I think it was a mishit cross that just kind of found its way into the back of the net. So definitely some mixed emotions here, but there's a lot to unpack, and we'll just jump right into it. Looking after the lineup, I thought the lineup was basically the perfect lineup you'd expect to see. We had the exact same lineup as last week's win, and I think that's the key, right? Why would you change up a lineup that just got you a positive result? And that's one thing I never really understood about some of the top flight football. I think they're always changing lineups, and I think it's a little bit much. I think if you find a lineup that works, just stick with it. And again, that's what we had today. We had a back line of Gaia, of course, Correa, we had Paulista, and we had Mosquera. Mosquera is really coming on this year as a youngster. Again, another talented Valencia youngster. They seem to be growing on trees at this point, which is a great problem for us to have. Of course, Mamadashvili in goal. He's been phenomenal all season. And despite the one error he had today, I think, again, it was a really solid performance. Midfield, we had, of course, Javiguera, Pepelu. We had Amala, we had Fran Perez, Diego Lopez, and up top we had Hugo Duro, who unfortunately went off this game with an injury. And you guys can see I'm still a little upset about the way the game ended just minutes ago. It's just one of those ones, man. You get the 1 point, but it feels like a freaking gut punch. It feels like a loss. It sucks, man. It sucks. But getting into the game, I think we started off bright. I think we had a lot of energy, as this team always does. Um, Demarcos Demarcos got the early winner, or the early goal to put them up 1-0. But we didn't lose that fight. We kept fighting on, and as the game kind of progressed, we had some really incredible chances. Diego Lopez, man, this kid is incredible. Early in early in the first half, he had this touch, this turn. It was like, not to be bombastic, but it was Messi-esque. He turns around, he gets the defender basically completely out of position, and all the defender can do is basically grab hold of him and get the sure yellow card. And that's just one of the things this man can do. I mean, he's been incredible all season. His dribbling, his explosiveness, I think he was fantastic tonight, and it's a continuation of the great form from him. Like I said, second half opened up. Start of the second half, it was very open. This is exactly what you want to see out of a team that's trailing. We came in down 1-0 in the second half, and we just went back and forth. They had a chance, we had a chance, and that's exactly what you want to see. I mean, there's no reason to not come out guns blazing, because if you give up a goal, who cares? But at least you're trying to get that goal, and that's exactly what Valencia did. I think a lot of times teams will wait too long, and what's the point? You wait till the 75th minute to try to start pushing men forward, and then by the time you get the goal, even if you get that one, basically the best you can do is hope for a tie. But that's not what Valencia did. Valencia fought on. Valencia ended up getting the goal that they deserved, and it was actually a beautiful breakaway by Fran Perez, who was incredible today. He passed the ball. Sorry, it was Fran Perez who had the incredible put away off a beautiful Diego Lopez assist. And then Fran Perez did it later with a beautiful cross to Hugo Duro, and all Hugo Duro had to tap it. All Hugo Duro had to do was tap it in for the 2-1 Valencia lead. At that point, I think we were all riding high, man. We were all thinking like, Valencia, you got 3 points here. We're jumping Athletic in the clubs in the standings, and we were all on cloud nine. Of course, it wasn't meant to be. At that point, the commentator on ESPN, if you guys watch on ESPN, he was getting a little bit overhand. He was saying that Javi Guerra was a future Ballon d'Or winner. And if you guys follow this channel, you guys know that I absolutely love Javi Guerra. But I think Ballon d'Or is a little bit too far for Guerra. I do think that he has the potential to be one of the greatest Spanish defensive midfielders ever, alongside Xabi Alonso and Sergio Busquets. And if you guys have followed football at all for the last 20 years, you guys will know just how incredible Alonso and Busquets were. So I think that he has all the potential in the world, but I think Ballon d'Or might be a step too far. But I do love the credit and the hype that Guerra's getting, and that can only mean positive things for Valencia. Whether it's him having more confidence moving forward for us, or him moving on for a massive, massive deal. Earlier in the game, the commentator actually talked about him getting sold to a club like Manchester City next year, Arsenal or Barcelona. So I think the sky is absolutely the limit for Guerra, but I think he got a little carried away. Mamardashvili made some incredible saves throughout the game. Um, Danny Garcia for Athletic Bilbao had this incredible volley. It was kind of a cross in, and he was outside the box. He took it so cleanly, and Guerra had went kind of full Superman, made the save. The ball bounced off the woodwork, and that was kind of the first warning sign that we might be in a little bit of trouble. But the game's ticking along, and Inaki Williams, 98th minute, does this cross that I think's a little miss hit and somehow finds its way into the back of the goal. And it was devastating. I had a bet out on Valencia actually to win the game too, so it was kind of like double negative for me. One, we drop points, and then two, I lose my bet too. But that's how it goes, guys. Overall, in the moment, it feels like a gut punch, but the future continues to be incredibly bright for us. There are so many young players who are coming through at the moment. Guerra, Lopez, Perez, Mosquera, Velasquez when he comes back from injury. Um, Gilaman, we even forget about him because he's been a little bit in the doghouse recently. um, Hugo Duro, Alberto Mari Sanchez, who's still injured. There's so many young players coming through, and there's so much to look forward to. Although today is a draw that seems like a loss, the future continues to be extremely bright for Valencia. And I think that if we came into this game, we had, and we got that point moving, if we got a point in a vacuum and we didn't see how the game actually played out, I think we all would have been happy with a point coming into today. It's just one of those games where you get your hopes up and you feel like you're getting the 3 points, and the draw feels like a letdown, of course. But overall, guys, I think that it was a pretty solid performance from us, despite the way it ended. And I think that this season has a lot more to look forward to. And as always, Amut Valencia. Take care, guys.